For thousands of years, they've stood in silence, massive, timeless, and mysterious. The pyramids of Egypt, monuments so old that even the ancient Egyptians called them ancient. But how did this incredible idea begin? Who built them? And why do they still matter today? This is the story of the pyramids, from the dream of immortality to the last stone that still touches the sky. Long before the pyramids, before the pharaohs we know today, Egypt was a land of farmers and tribes living along the river Nile. Every year the Nile would flood, bringing life to the soil. This rhythm of life, death and rebirth, inspired a belief that death wasn't the end, but just another beginning. The Egyptians believed in an afterlife, a place where the soul could live forever if it was prepared. And to prepare for that eternity, they needed something powerful, something that could last forever. The pharaoh was more than just a king. He was considered a god on earth, the bridge between humans and the divine. When a pharaoh died, his body had to be preserved, and his soul had to be guided to the heavens. So they built tombs, first simple pits, then rectangular mastabas. But the pharaoh Djoser wanted more. He wanted a structure that reached closer to the gods themselves. Around 2700 BC, Pharaoh Djoser ordered his architect, Imhotep, to build something that had never been built before. Imhotep took the simple mastaba and stacked it, one layer on top of another, creating the Step Pyramid of Saqqara, the world's first monument made entirely of stone. It wasn't smooth and it wasn't perfect, but it was revolutionary, the first pyramid in history. This was the moment Egypt changed forever. Decades later, Pharaoh Sneferu became obsessed with perfecting the pyramid. He experimented endlessly, building not one, but three great pyramids. The first one collapsed. The second, known as the Bent Pyramid, was built at the wrong angle. It started steep, then suddenly curved. But the third, the Red Pyramid, finally achieved the perfect shape. Sneferu's architects had discovered the formula, the smooth triangular pyramid that would define Egypt's skyline for millennia. Then came Sneferu's son, Khufu, a man with a vision greater than anyone before him. He ordered the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, a monument so vast that it would become one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. More than 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons. No machines, no iron tools, no wheels, just pure human skill, mathematics, and determination. It took around 20 years and tens of thousands of workers, not slaves, but skilled laborers who worked in organized teams, fed, housed, and respected for their divine duty. For centuries, people have asked the same question. How did they build it? Some say ramps, long, massive ramps made of mud brick. Others suggest internal spiral corridors, or even water-based flotation systems. And of course, there are the alien theories. But the truth might be simpler, and even more impressive. Through engineering genius, ancient Egyptians aligned the Great Pyramid almost perfectly with the stars and the compass. It's less than 0.05 degrees off from true north, a precision modern builders would struggle to match even today. Deep inside, narrow tunnels lead to chambers lined with stone. The king's chamber, made from red granite brought 800 kilometers from Aswan, was meant to protect the pharaoh's body forever. Every angle, every corridor, was aligned to guide his soul toward the North Star, the eternal light of the afterlife. After Khufu, his son Khafre and grandson Menkaure built their own pyramids nearby, creating the iconic Giza Plateau. Later pharaohs built smaller, cheaper pyramids, and eventually tombs hidden in the Valley of the Kings. The age of the pyramids slowly ended, but their legend never did. When the Greeks visited Egypt thousands of years later, they were already amazed. Historians like Herodotus tried to understand how such monuments could exist. Then came the 19th century explorers, archaeologists digging through the sands, uncovering mummies, treasures, and hidden chambers. And even today, scientists use satellite scanning, drones, and infrared imaging to discover new hidden tunnels inside the Great Pyramid. secrets untouched for over 4,000 years. Now, the pyramids are more than ancient tombs. They're symbols of power, mystery, and eternity. Millions of tourists stand before them every year, still asking the same question: how did they do it? And maybe that's the real magic. Not the stones, not the size, but the fact that after all this time, the pyramids still make us wonder. Empires have fallen, kings have turned to dust, but the pyramids remain, silent, unshaken, eternal. A message from an ancient world, carved in stone. We were here. We believed in eternity, and our dream will never die.